Hey, what's up, guys? Back again with another YouTube analysis. Uh, I'd like to say Happy New Year, and I hope everyone had a really great festive within the December period in time. I did take a break because I was enjoying my festive through 2025, um, 2025, 2025's December period. So yeah, I think this year there's a lot that we are going to be kind of just looking forward to and working on. As I did say, I think last year I was actually diving in, doing research in some of couple of few prop firms that I will be kind of purchasing their accounts. But for now, I think we are just going to really just stick to analysis. I want to just try and like have a different approach with the content that I actually do give out to you guys, and this actually was being a little bit more transparent to the extent of actually just sharing um my trades and also as well to kind of just like the results overall, just to give you guys a really in-depth of seeing how progressive analyzing the charts it is for me and how I actually approach the charts overall as is. So yeah. This channel's always here to be stepping stone for any trader who is really just going through and navigating the charts on a weekly basis. I hope this year is a lot much more um, successful and profitable because last year was a little much iffy. I think with Trump coming in power, we saw a lot of like fluctuation and fundamental data just coming in and just causing really massive spikes within the markets. But nonetheless, I think let's just dive into everything as is, as usual. Always stick to the same symbols: DXY, NASDAQ, Dow Jones, gold, and Bitcoin. So as you guys can see, um, I am on the monthly chart. We do top-down analysis, so we are still within a bullish um, trend on bigger time frame, on the monthly time frame. We zoom in onto the weekly. We are still ranging within this zone as is currently, but this is actually the monthly support trend line, which is giving an overall direction showing the higher highs and higher low trend on the monthly time frame. So once we zoom in onto the daily, you guys can see we've been getting really consistent rejection, and this trend line is being respected wholeheartedly. So as you can see, this is kind of like this one, two, third touch. So this is the third touch pushing straight up as is going and showing us that we could be experiencing a much stronger dollar within probably the next few days or possible weeks moving forward. But as is, looking at how things are kind of just like going about, prices still ranging within the zone. I did say that as soon as we kind of just break this level around here, in between 100.093 and 101.057, I will kind of just be expecting an overall push to the upside and seeing the dollar gain its strength as is. So that's what we are expecting. There's also quite a lot of fundamental news that's coming out. We will be going through that after our analysis. But for now, let's look at NASDAQ. So NASDAQ throughout, I think I wouldn't say throughout December. So throughout December, it's been kind of just like a bearish, bullish um, move, dropping and pushing into the upside. So I think what we could be expecting with Nasdaq, I did take a sell position with Nasdaq on 30th. Yeah, it was around the 30th of December, and my take profit was hit. I didn't see this candlestick actually closing through in the broker that I used, but with this candlestick that was created on Friday, we did eventually come into hitting my take profit as is. Scaled in quite aggressively on this position. I did share the setup on the Instagram page, so you guys do follow my Instagram page, because majority of these trades that I do actually share on the YouTube channel, I actually post the results on my Instagram page. So please do follow that, and you can be able to kind of see on my approach and entry on this trade. But what I am possibly expecting, excuse me, what I am possibly expecting is, now that it kind of seems as if we are within the channel, I'm expecting kind of just like a rejection around the zone right here, and then a drop to the downside. So uh, so so this level here, straight drop to maybe like 24,901 around here, and then maybe a retest around this level here, and then push to this zone right here. So this is what I'm kind of just potentially expecting. We could maybe possibly drop much lower from this level here, which is 24,754. If not, and we do break above this level here, which is 25,423, then we could be aiming for much different outlook, which could possibly be in the sense that we could push maybe till this level here, I think, to 25,715. But my overall analysis is kind of showing that we are in a lower low and lower high trend. So I am expecting kind of this downside push to a drop in US100. I think there's also fundamentals that are really actually also giving in to this analysis that I will be actually explaining onto why I say that Nasdaq could drop much lower than expected within what I am showing you guys right now. So we're going to look at US30. US30 US30 has been ranging. For me, I'm seeing it within quite a ranging zone. So what we could possibly expect, because we did kind of see price kind of push up. I think I did take a trade as well too with this, and this was like, I think, just day before Christmas. Yeah, I was expecting it to actually break above this level, which is 48,765, but we didn't, and then I just closed profit. I think this was probably like a 1 to 2 trade. So as you can see, the risk ratio is like 1.98. I usually always do like 1 to 3, but I could see that there was a little bit of rejection with these candlesticks. So yeah, closed that early, and then we saw I marked in this trend line because I could see there was actually kind of this higher high and higher low trend forming. Then we saw a break below, and then price just continues to start dropping. And now, for now, I think what we are experiencing is a range in between these levels right here. So what I could potentially be anticipating is that maybe price could come back, drop within this level, and then come back, retest here, and then maybe another continuation and drop back down to this level, and then a push breaking up to this support, this resistant level right here. So we're just gonna have to kind of just wait and see how things play out. I'm not 100% kind of like sure on where we could see the direction, and I think I'm also going to kind of just like um give US30 a couple of days just to play out in the way that I need it to play out if we do kind of just get the overall analysis right. So I'll have to kind of just see and wait for confirmation around this zone here. And as soon as I get confirmation in this zone, then I'll probably possibly take a buy. But I will not be selling within any of these areas right here. So we'll just have to wait and see. I think US30 will have to really play, give it some time to play out for the next couple of days moving forward. Because if we do zoom out on the weekly, I'm just gonna see. Yeah, you see on the weekly, we are seeing bullish momentum, but there's also bearish candlesticks that are really just like slowly keep creeping in. So is this showing a lot of indecisive movements in us not really seeing the overall direction? Because this is also, if you kind of just zoom in, we are, this is also kind of like a resistance. This area is a resistance. So we haven't kind of completely got like the support level that we need right here. So that's what I'm saying is that we could maybe potentially push straight down, maybe get a quick rejection as we did with this candlestick, and then a retest and a push to the upside. So overall, you can be seeing on the daily time frame, on the weekly time frame, that we still in a bullish trend overall. We still possibly heavily respecting certain levels that have kind of just marked here. So this, you can see resistance, support. This is also kind of just a level that we had kind of marked out, but price eventually kind of dropped down and then retested and pushed up. So yeah, US30 is a little choppy for now. I will not be looking at it possibly for the next couple of days. I'll just wait and see how things actually play about. But I am seeing on gold that there could be a potential position at hand. So now actually let me zoom out. So I can just do whatever. So as you can see, we're seeing a lot of wick rejections around this level and creating higher highs and higher lows. So we are within a bullish trend. This previous high was broken and we're creating a new high. So what I am possibly expecting right now for gold is that, as you can see, once we actually zoom in onto the daily, this trend line, the support trend line, has been heavily respected as it's pushing to the upside. So now what we are anticipating now is that when we zoom in onto a 4-hour, you guys can be able to see, I think I saw there's a little bit of a pattern that I found. So it's an inverse head and shoulders. Yeah, 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 and there. So what I am expecting is maybe just like a rejection around this zone right here. Just a tap in and then a push, continuation push to the upside. I was actually waiting for this to really play out. We do have like a gap that's not filled below this area right here, which could be a bit of a stress. So with a setup like this, just be careful in the sense that you could possibly get wicked out in a candlestick, maybe just closing this zone here and pushing to the upside. But I won't won't be sizing in too heavy on this position here. Will probably be sizing into so 723. So around there. So around here would be my ideal positioning, actually entering as is on gold. So I'm just going to be waiting for kind of just a retest bounce within the zone and confirmation pushing to the upside, and then we can be able to see gold really like fly. I am thinking that because there are a lot of fundamentals actually happening currently as we speak, gold could be skyrocketing to in creating higher highs and record highs, actually, if you're being honest, looking at it. So, and I think also same with Bitcoin. Bitcoin, if you also see, so Bitcoin has been ranging within a specific zone. I'm just gonna kind of zoom out on much bigger time frame so you guys can be able to see on what I am expecting for Bitcoin. So Bitcoin officially was kind of just in this just like this bullish movement here. I do think now that I do zoom in here, I do think that looking at these amount of wicks that kind of rejected this zone right here. So I'm gonna clone this. This area right here was a very crucial zone. I'm placing a buy into. We saw a lot of rejection around this zone, and then price completely just like pushed through and above. And these wick rejections had kind of broken through where this candlestick created a really significant bullish volume. So what we could be expecting now is, because this candlestick has actually broken through these levels, that price could actually push much higher as Bitcoin, same as how gold is anticipating as we speak. I just want to zoom out onto monthly and see. Yeah, definitely pushing up. So what I am going to be expecting now that we zoomed in onto the daily time frame, I am going to be expecting maybe just a little slight retest and a pullback around this zone here. So this zone is like pullback around this area right here, and then a slight push to the upside. But now as we do zoom in onto the daily time frame, there's been also quite a lot of rejection around this level here. So I have to just wait and see how things actually kind of play out. That's why I think looking at the higher time frame based on the candlestick formations and the volume within the candlesticks, you can be able to see that there's a lot of movement that's possibly going to be happening, pushing to the upside. So my next target possibly would be around that area. Yeah. So in between, okay, actually much higher. So in between 97K to 100K, around about there, straight pushing up. I think I'll probably just scale in on certain levels as soon as I see like a retest. But that is what I'm anticipating for Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, we are climbing back maybe to 100K and then maybe dropping down from there moving forward. But it's probably going to take some time, maybe possibly like a few weeks, maybe a month. But we'll have to just see on how much volatility we will be expecting, because we are expecting a lot of fundamental news to kick in within this week moving forward. So now coming into the fundamentals, this week is looking quite busy. Monday we are getting, well, today is Monday, we are getting manufacturing PMI. Tuesday we're not kind of getting anything. As is Wednesday's ADP NFP, which is coming out strong. Then we have services PMI as well too, possibly it's coming weak, and then job openings, which is coming out weak as well. Then Thursdays, unemployment claims, which is coming out also weak as well. And then Friday, we have average hourly earnings. That's coming out strong. NFP also is coming out weak. And then unemployment rate, which is possibly dropping. So I think that's actually very much so good for the US economy. And then we have consumer sentiment, inflation expectations as well too, coming out at like 5 p.m. So this is actually South African time. So if you are watching this within a different country, just double check on your time zone as is. So possibly many of you have been seeing that Trump has kind of been in conflict with Venezuela. So he has arrested the president of Venezuela, and now things are looking pretty tense because Trump is actually working on trying to control the oil production within the country. Excuse me. So what we could possibly be expecting is that a lot of volatility will be kicking in within this month. I know they are said based on sanctions being thrown on Venezuela, but I'm not necessarily too sure because he has made plans on actually taking over Venezuela and its oil productions. Apparently, it supplies 70% of the world's um, uh, oil globally. So this could be really great benefit for for the states in terms of actually bringing in a lot of strength within the dollar as is because Venezuela and the US have been going back and forth in terms of a lot of conflict with trade deals as Trump has been kind of trying to solidify the tariff deals and has not solidified the tariff deals among certain countries. So a lot of countries are also just trying to back out and then doing business with the states, and the states is forcefully really trying to get its hand within a lot of the commodities that are moving within the world, as that is the biggest economic driver within the world today. So oil is a big thing. It is possibly, I think, one of the biggest commodities within the world. So we will have to just kind of wait and see how things actually play out as is moving forward. But nonetheless, I think just do follow my Instagram page. As I did say, is that we starting from today, we will be giving in through kind of just a little bit of insight on what scoop trading kind of sees in giving out information on the USA and Venezuela conflict, and just also giving in a lot of less market update based on any volatile moves that will be playing part within the stocks and also the commodities that we are trading currently as it is. So yeah, hope this video was helpful to anybody watching. Wishing everybody a successful and great 2026. It's going to be a really great run. And so moving forward from today, we will be active on the page. And yeah, see you on the next video. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment on the video. And See you next week on the next one. Cheers.